Welcome back to Triple G Sports Replays. This is a continuation of my 1977 MLB replay. It is May 14th at 1:15 p.m. at Metropolitan Stadium, and we're going to see the expansion Toronto Blue Jays take on the Minnesota Twins. To give you a little background here on the two teams, the visiting Toronto Blue Jays are 9-23. They are 13.5 games back of the Yankees. Lost their last game, which was against the Twins in this first game of the series, to a score of 4-2. They are 2-8 in the last 10, and on the road they're 4-9. As far as the Twins go, they are 17-14, 2 games behind the Kansas City Chiefs. They've got one win. They're 7-3 in their last 10. For home, they're 6-4. They did meet the Blue Jays earlier in the season at Toronto, and they swept all 3 games of the series. So, our starting lineup today for the Toronto Blue Jays is batting first, playing shortstop, Bob Baylor. Batting second, playing left field, is Al Woods. Batting third, playing third base, Roy Lee Howell. Sorry for the camera. Batting fourth, in right field, is Otto Valiz. Batting fifth, your DH, Ron Fairley. Batting sixth, your first baseman, Doug Alt. Batting seventh, playing catcher, Alan Ashby. Batting eighth in center field is Gary Woods. And batting ninth at second base, Pete Garcia. And pitching for the Blue Jays is Bill Singer. Part of the reason I chose to record this game is while Singer, this is his last season for Toronto, he finished the previous season with the Twins and was one of the Blue Jays expansion picks from Minnesota in this draft. So Singer is coming back to Minnesota since the expansion draft. All right, now for the home Minnesota Twins. Batting first at catcher, Butch Weiniger. Batting second at shortstop, Roy Smalley. Batting third, playing first base, is Rod Carew. Batting fourth in center field is Lyman Bostock. Batting fifth at third base, Mike Cubbage. Batting sixth, the DH, is Rich Childs. Batting seventh in left field, Larry Heisel. Batting eighth in right field, Disco Dan Ford. And batting ninth at second base, Rob Wilfong. Your pitcher today for the home Twins is Dave Goltz. And leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays is the shortstop, Bob Baylor. Bob's batting .315 in 23 games. He's got 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs with 10 RBIs. And the pitch from Goltz. A 54 is a 32, and that flies out to right. Next up, Al Woods. Al is batting .277. He does have 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. And the pitch. A 43 is a 29, and that's come back to the pitcher. He tosses it to first base for the out. 2 down. Now up is Roy Lee Howell. He was just traded from Texas recently. He's played in 2 games with Toronto. He's 3 for 6 with a run scored, 2 walks, a strikeout, and he was caught stealing. And the pitch. 34 is a 31. He flies out to center field. So it's a quick 1, 2, 3 for Dave Goltz. And now Minnesota Twins will be out facing Dave Singer. Singer's a D with a W. Batting first for the Twins will be Butch Weiniger. Weiniger's batting .207 in 22 games. He does have 2 home runs. And the pitch of 55 is an 8, and that's a single to the gap and left. He is on. Now up for the Twins, Roy Smalley. Smalley's batting .242 for the season in 26 games. He's got 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run with 15 RBIs. And I think we are going to bunt him over right away. Let's have Smalley do a bunt. And of course we roll snake eyes. That's a 0, which results in a 45 for a 6, but we're bunting. Runner out at first, or out at first, runner to second, third to second. So we've got a sacrifice by Smalley. Third to second. And that was one of the bunts I needed to get from Minnesota. Trying to at least get non-pitching bunts close to what each individual manager would do. And so we got 1 down, Weiniger's on second, and Rod Carew is up. This is the season where Carew batted .388. Through yesterday's game, he's at a first place in the American League at .378 batting average. He's first in hits with 48. He's 7th in RBIs with 25. He's got 5 triples, which is 2nd in the league. He is on base percentage 3rd at a .426. And with all those hits, he's got a slugging of .622. He is 6th. So he is just really playing well. And the pitch to Carew is a 56, is a 34. Toronto's fielding is going to be, they're a 31-27, so they're fielding 3 all day long. And so we said 56 was a 34, and that's going to be a high fly out to the second baseman for 2 outs. Fielding, I say Toronto is 31 total, 27 infield. Minnesota is a 35 total, 30 infield. Now up for the Twins, center fielder Wyman Bostek. He is batting .299 in a little bit of a slump, but he is first in the American League with 6 triples. And the pitch to Bostek is a 62, is a 12, and that's a strikeout. So the Twins get a runner to second, but leave him stranded. And at the end of 1, it is 0-0 Minnesota. Or excuse me, 0-0 tie game. All right. Dave Goltz takes the mound. Now up for Toronto is Otto Valiz. Valiz is batting .266 on the season. He does have 7 doubles, leads the team with 4 home runs, has a triple in there, 14 RBIs. And the pitch, a 25 is a 9, and that's a single over shortstop. Valiz is on first base. Next up, Ron Fairley. Ron's batting .284. He's got 6 doubles, 2 triples, if you'll believe it, with 2 home runs, has 15 RBIs. And the pitch, 51 is a 9, which is going to be beat out an infield hit, runner to second. So we've got runners on first and second, but nobody out. And then comes the rookie Doug Alt. Doug's batting .212. He is tied for 8th in the league with 18 walks. Otherwise, he does have 6 doubles and 14 RBIs. And the pitch to Alt is a 12. That's a 25. A 25. Double play, short second, second first, runner to third. So Alt hits that ball. Smalley to Wilfong to Carew for the double play, and we got a runner on third. And now we're going to see Alan Ashby up. Ashby is batting .195 in 28 games. He does have 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. And the pitch to Ashby, 41 is a 24, and that's going to be hit over to the shortstop. Smalley grabs it, tosses it to Carew, and that's the end of the side. Toronto strands one on third, but it's still 0-0. All right, Singer takes the mound for Toronto. Now up for the Minnesota Twins, Mike Cubbage. Cubbage is batting .280 on the season. He's got 7 doubles, 2 home runs with 15 RBIs. And the pitch. 51's a 9. That's a single over the shortstop. Cubbage is on. Now batting is the DH Rich Childs. Childs has played in 20 games, only batting .180. He does have 4 doubles. And the pitch to Childs. 21's a 30, and that's a fly out to left field. Al Woods is there, makes the play. Now up is Larry Heisel. He's down in the order, but he's a big bat. He is got a .354 average, second only behind Carew's. He is first in runs with 28 scored, 4th in hits in the American League with 40. He's tied for second in ribbies with 30. He's got 4 triples, puts him 3rd place. He's tied for 8th with walks at 18. And on base, he's got a .430, which is 2nd in the league. Slugging at .628, that's 5th in the league. This was a season where he led the league. I believe it was in RBIs, and for good reason. This is a powerful offense. Little surprises him this low. Usually he's batting further up in the middle of the order. So Heisel's up, and the pitch. A 42 is a 14, and that's going to be a walk. So we got runners at first and second with 1 out. And that brings up Disco Dan Ford. Ford's appeared in 30 of the 31 games. He batted .246. He does have 4 triples, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs. And the pitch to Ford. A 42 is a 40. That's going to be an error on the second baseman, and the bases are loaded. Ball's hit over to Garcia, and he boots the ball. So we've got bases loaded, 1 out, and our 9th batter, Rob Wilfong, is up. Wilfong's played in 18 games, batting .196, has no extra base hits, does have 6 RBIs though. Defense is playing deep, hoping for a double play, and the pitch. 33 is an 8. And that's going to be a single through the shortstop. Runners advance 2 bases. And so 2 will score. Ford's on third with Wilfong on first, and the Twins are up 2-0. Cubbage and Heisel score. And those are so it's the bottom of the second. Minnesota with 1 out sees Wilfong hit a single through shortstop. Cubbage and Heisel score, and it is 2-0. All right. I like to just write the scoring replays on the back of my card. So we got runners on first and third, 1 out. And that's going to bring up the top of the order with Butch Weiniger. Weiniger got a hit the last time up. And the pitch. 64 is a 13, that's a strikeout. And that will bring up Roy Smalley. Smalley had that sacrifice bunt the last time he was up. And the pitch to Smalley, 41, is a 24. And that's hit to the second baseman. He tosses it to the shortstop to retire the side. Garcia to Baylor. And so the Twins score 2 runs. And at the bottom of 2, it is 2-0. Okay. All right. Now, batting for Toronto is Gary Woods. Gary Woods is batting 163. He does have 4 doubles, but he's also got only 4 walks on 23 strikeouts in 92 at-bats. And the pitch from Goltz is a 23. That's a 26. That's it over the second baseman. Wilfong grabs it, tosses it to Crew for the out. That'll bring up the 9th man, Pedro Garcia. Garcia's appeared in 26 games, batting a 137. He does have 7 doubles out of his 13 hits. And the pitch to Garcia is a 14, which is a 30. That's in the air to left field. Heisel's there to make the grab. 2 down. Now up, top of the order, Bob Baylor. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch to Baylor. 25 is an 8, and that's hit in the air to center field. Bostic is there to make the grab. And so the Blue Jays go down in order. And through 2.5, it's still 2-0 Minnesota. Singer comes out for the 3rd inning, and he gets to face Rod Carew. And the pitch. 43 is a 29, and that's going to be a comebacker to the mound. Singer grabs it, tosses it to the first baseman for the first out. Lyman Bostic's up. And the pitch to him is a 13, and that's a 14. That's a walk. Bostic's on first. That's going to bring up Mike Cubbage. Cubbage is 1-for-1 on the day. Did score a run last inning. And the pitch. 23 is a 32. That's a fly to right field. Feliz is under it, makes a grab, and we have 2 away. And now up Rich Childs. Childs 0-for-1 on the day. And the pitch. 22 is a 7. That's a single to right. Runner gets to third. Batter holds at first. So we've got runners now first and third and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Larry Heisel. Like I say, Heisel walked and scored in the last inning. And the pitch. 25 is a 10. Single over second. One scores. The other is out at third. Bosick scores. Childs tries and could dig it out, and he is thrown out center field to third base. Third out of the inning, but we do have 1 more run. So in the bottom of the third, Minnesota with 2 out. Heisel hits a single over second base. And Bostock scores, making it 3-0. So at the end of 3, it is 3-0 Minnesota. All right, Dave Goltz takes the mound. Up first is going to be Al Woods. He's 0-for-1 on the day. And the pitch. 22 is a 7, and that is a single to right field. That's going to bring up Roy Lee Howell. 0-for-1 on the day. And the pitch. 32 is a 26. That's safe at first, runner out at second on a fielder's choice, second to short. Hit to Wilfong, toss to Smalley, and that's all they can get. 1 down. Otto Valiz is up. He had a single his last time at bat. And the pitch. 46 is 13. He goes down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Dave Goltz. That'll bring up our DH Ron Fairley. Fairley got a single last time up. And the pitch to him is a 43. That's a 29. And that's going to be a going down swinging. Fairley strikes out to end the inning. And so the Blue Jays strand 1. And through 3.5, it's still Minnesota 3, Toronto nothing. Singer comes out for the 4th inning. First up is going to be Disco Dan Ford. 0-for-1 on the day. The pitch is a 32. That's a 26. He hits at the second base. Garcia grabs it, tosses it to Alt for the out. That'll bring up Rob Wilfong. He had that 2 RBI single the last inning. And the pitch. 51 is a 10. That's a single to center field. 2 for 2 on the day. That'll bring up Butch Weiniger. Weiniger's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. And the pitch. 52 is a 27. That's going to result in out at first, runner to second. Third baseman Howell gets it, tosses it to Alt. And so now we see Roy Smalley come up with a runner on second. And 2 down. Smalley is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt on the day. And the pitch. 32 is a 26. And that is a hit over to second base. We see Garcia grab it, toss it to first, halt, and that ends the side. So the Twins get 1 runner to second. That's as far as it goes. And so through 4 innings, it's Toronto 0, Minnesota 3. All right. Colts is still on the mound for the Twins. First up for Toronto is Doug Alt. 0 for 1 on the day. And the pitch is a 54. It's a 32. That's a hit to right field. Ford's there to make the catch, and that's 1 away. Alan Ashby's up, 0 for 1 on the day. A 65 is a 35. That's popped up in the air behind the plate. And Weiniger's there to make the grab for the out, 2 away. Now up, Kerry Woods, 0 for 1 on the day. And the pitch is a 33. That's a 7. That's a single to right field. Kerry Woods gets a hit. So we got a runner on first, 2 down, and up comes Pedro Garcia, who's 0 for 1. A 34 is a 31. That's hit center field. Bostic is there, makes play. And Toronto once again leaves 1. But we're through 4.5, and it's 0 Toronto, Minnesota 3. That's going to bring up Rod Carew here for the bottom of the 5th. Singer appears to be starting to tire. Seen a little activity in the bullpen. And the pitch. 23 is a 37, which is going to be a walk with his W. Carew is on first with a walk. Definitely some activity in the Toronto bullpen. All right. That's going to bring up Lyman Bostic. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk, as well as a run scored. And the pitch to Bostic is a 12. That's a 25. That's a pitcher's best friend. Ground ball to second base. Second, short to first, double play. Garcia to Baylor to Alt. And just like that, there's 2 outs. That's going to bring up Mike Cubbage. 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. And the pitch from Singer. 16's a 28. That's hit over to shortstop. Baylor gets it, throws it to Alt, and that ends the side. So the Twins threat, but the double play ends it. And so we're through 5 now. And we've got Twins leading the Toronto Blue Jays 0 to 3. Dave Goltz comes out. He's pitched 5 innings. He's given up 4 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. He's dealing. Goltz 4 for 2 on the season with a 3.88 ERA. Singer entered the game 1 for 4 with a 6.75. Baylor is up. He is 0 for 2 on the day. And the pitch. A 36 is a 33, and that is a strikeout. Baylor goes down swinging. That's 1 down. Al Woods is up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And the pitch to Woods. 33 is a 7. That's a single to right field. 2-hit day for Al Woods. Now up is Roy Lee Smith. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And the pitch. 23 is a 13. He goes down swinging. So that's 4 strikeouts now for Goltz. Up comes out of Elise. 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And the pitch. 14 is a 30. It's in the air to left field. Heisel's there, makes a grab, and the side is retired. Once again, Toronto leaves another base runner, but they are still not able to score, and the Twins keep their lead. Singer's coming out for one more try. He's gone 5 innings, given up 6 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Does have 3 walks and 2 strikeouts, but he's definitely tiring. They're going to see how many. They've really been to their bullpen hard this season, trying to use up as many innings as they can get all the starters. Rich Childs is up. He is 1 for 2 on the day. And the pitch to Childs. It's a 36 is a 33. That's in the air to the right side. And second baseman Garcia gets it for the fly out. 1 down. Larry Heisel's up. Heisel's 1 for 1 with a walk, has a run and an RBI. And the pitch. 32 is a 26. That's hit the second base. Tosses it. Garcia tosses it to Alt. And for the second out. And Dan Ford is up. Ford's 0 for 2 on the day. And the pitch. A 45 is a 14, that's a walk. And I think that's going to be it for the day for Singer. He's gone 5 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. 2 strikeouts and 4 walks. And who are we going to bring in? We are going to bring in a pitcher making his major league debut. This was also part of the reason I wanted to do this. Where are you at? Pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays will be Dennis DeBar. He's got a 1 rating for fielding. Nothing changes there. He's a D grade with no attachments. This is his major league debut, and that's part of the reason I want to play this game, is it was his turn to come in. First game as a major leaguer, first pitch as a major leaguer. All right. And we're going to bring in Will Fong with 2 down, Ford on first. And the first pitch of the career, 25 is a 10. That's a single to left. The batter gets to third. Weineger's up. But small Wilfong is going to attempt to steal on the second pitch. Catcher's an 8. He's a left-handed pitcher. And Wilfong only has 111. So let's see if they can catch him. And he's off, and the throw. 35. He barely gets in there, but he is safe. Wilfong gets the steal. And it's 0-2 to Weineger. Batters on second and third, 2 outs. And the pitch. A 43 is a 29. 29, come back to the mound. He tosses DeBar tosses the first base for the out. Pitcher to first. And they get out of the jam. And so the Twins leave 2 on through 6. It's still 3-0 Minnesota. All right. We're going to go into the 7th inning. Goltz is working on a 5-hit shutout. Ron Fairley's up, 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Let's see Goltz here. He does have, in 7 games started, he's got 2 complete games and does have a shutout already on the season. And the pitch. 31 is a 9, and that's going to be a single over the shortstop. 2-hit day for Fairley. It's going to bring up Doug Alt. Also for 2 on the day. And the pitch. 54 is a 32, and that's hitting the air to right field. Disco Dan Ford's there, and he makes the grab. 1 down. That'll bring up Alan Ashby. 0 for 2 on the day for Ashby. And the pitch. 45 is a 14, and that's a walk. So now we got runners on first and second, and only 1 out. Gary Woods comes up. Infield is playing deep, hoping for that double play. Woods has hit into 2 double plays already on the season. And the pitch. Oop. 34 is a 31. That's a ball in the air to center field. Bostic is there, makes the grab, throws it in, holds the runners. And we've got 2 down. And that'll bring up Pete Garcia. Garcia, 0 for, let's see here. Garcia's 0 for 2 on the day. And the pitch. 26 is a 27. And that's going to be over to Cubbage. He tosses it to Wilfong at second for the out, and the side is retired. We do see Toronto once again leaving a runner. It's in third to second put out, and we're through 7. Goltz graduates to an A grade for the rest of the game. These guys in order. All right, Garcia. DeBar comes back out to pitch the bottom of the 7th. And you're freshening up my box score. All right. He's going to face Roy Smalley. Smalley is 0 for 2 on the day with that sacrifice bunt in the first inning. And the pitch to Smalley. 25 is a 9, and that is going to be a single over shortstop. Smalley's on first, and that's going to bring up Rod Carew. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. And the pitch to Carew. A 22, that's a hard hit ball. 51, that's hit hard along the right field foul line. And Smalley scores, and Carew is in with a triple. That's going to give him 6 triples, tying him with Bostic for the league lead. So bottom of the 7th. Minnesota with nobody out sees Carew hit a triple along the right field foul line, and Smalley scores. 0-4 Minnesota. All right, nobody out. Cruz on 3rd, Lemon Bostic's up. And the pitch to Bostic. 41 is a 24. And a 24 is going to be safe at first. Runner is out at home, and a run down short to catcher to 3rd. But Bostic is able to run to 2nd on the run down. So fielder's choice for Bostic. Carew is out short. Baylor to Ashby to Howell. That's 1 down, runner on 2nd. All right. That's going to bring up Mike Cubbage. Cubbage is 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. And the pitch. 46 is a 29. 29 is out at first, runner to the 3rd. He hits the ball over to first base. First baseman tosses it to DeBar for the out. Cubbage 3-1. And that's going to put bring Childs up with a runner on 3rd and 2 outs. Childs 1 for 3 on the day. And the pitch to Childs. A 24 is a 30. That's in the air to left. But Al Woods has plenty of room to make the catch. And the side is retired. But the Twins add 1 more run. And so at the end of 7, it is 0-4 Minnesota over Toronto. I think that's going to be the end of the day for DeBar. He went 1 to the 3rd, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walk, no strikeout. All right. Goltz comes out for the 8th inning. He's got a 6-hit shutout going, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Bob Baylor is due up. And I'll get him up here. All right. Baylor's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. The pitch is a 33. That's a hard hit ball. 26 is a 6, and he hits that to the gap and right. And he's in with a stand-up double. But I think we're going to bring in, I need to get Torres some playing time. So I think what we're going to do is, in a previous game, I try to make sure I get everyone playing. And so I go through the boxcars. If someone pinch hit and ran or played a position, I try to make sure that I'm trying to use guys. It may not be the same game, but I'm trying to make sure I get, if someone came in to pinch run, they pinch run. And so I've got Torres needs to pinch run and play short. So what we're going to do is, even though he's fast, we're going to take Baylor out, put Torres in who's fast, and use up one of my player appearances. And so now in the game for Baylor, it's going to be Hector Torres, pinch runner, and he's going to play short with What's his short rating? He's got a short rating of 8, which is actually one better than Baylor. So we'll see their numbers go up one, but it ain't enough to move to another column. All right, now we're going to see Al Woods is due up. So let's put him up here. And the pitch from Goltz. 23 is a 26. That's to the second baseman, Will Fong. He throws it to first to get the out, but the runner goes to third base. So it's a second, six, it's a 4-3. But we got Torres on third now. So Torres is on third with 1 down. And that's going to bring up Roy Howell. Howell's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Infield's playing deep. Yeah, you'll lose the shutout, but we just need to get the out. And the pitch. 31's a 9. A on a 9, fly out to center field, runner scores. So Howell gets a sacrifice fly to center field. And that's going to allow Torres to score from third and get the Blue Jays on the board, and the shutout is done. Top of the 8th. Toronto with no outs. Excuse me, with 1 out. Sees Howell hit a sacrifice fly to center. Torres scores, and it is 1-4. All right. Let's see here. So we've got Torres, Alvin Woods, Howell. Now up, Otto Valiz. Valiz is 1 for 3 on the day with 1 strikeout. And the pitch, a 34 is a 31. That's in the air to center field. But Bostic is there to make the play. And so, after 7.5, we finally get Toronto on the board, and it is 1-4 Minnesota. And we need to bring in a new pitcher for Toronto. And we are going to bring in Jerry Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 2 on the season with a 2.25 ERA. Does have 1 save in 13 games, 20 innings pitched, 5 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Pitching grade of 1, doesn't change anything defensively. And he's a C with a YW. All right. And so up for the Minnesota Twins. Heisel's due up. And we'll bring him in. Heisel's going to hit. And the pitch. 41 is a 24. That's hit over to shortstop. Torres grabs it, throws it to Holt, and there's 1 away. Twins are going to bring in a pinch hitter for Will Fong. They're going to bring in Craig Kusick. So, Cusick pinch hits for Wilfong in the 8th. And the pitch to Cusick. 15 is an 8, and that's a single to the gap to the left. We're going to bring in a pinch runner. Going to bring in Willie Norwood to run. Would I normally do that? No, but I need to use up some player games, and I'm behind. So that's going to bring up Butch Weiniger with 1 out. And the pitch to Weiniger. 15 is an 8. See, 8, that's going to be a single, runner to third. It's a single to left. So the Twins are threatening once again, first and third, with 1 down. And that's going to bring up Roy Smalley. Smalley's 1 for 3 in the day with a run and that sacrifice bunt. And the pitch from Johnson. 51's a 14. That's going to be a walk. And so we've got bases loaded with only 1 out. And that'll bring up Carew. So, the pitch from Johnson. 52 is a 27. That's going to be no X there. Batter is safe at first. Runner on second, forced out to third. Others advance 1 base as we get a put out at third base. So, out at third, but Norwood scores. So, Carew, fielder's choice with a ribby for Norwood scoring. Put out straight up third base. All right. So, hang on here. Ford, Norwood, Weiniger. All right. So we've got bottom of the 8th. Minnesota with 1 out. Sees Carew put a U5. Fielder's choice. Norwood scores, and it's 1-5. All right, runners on first and second, 2 outs. We got Wyman Bostic up. And the pitch to Bostic. 31 is an 8. A C8, that's going to be single over short. 1 scores, other to third. So Smalley scores, Carew gets to third, Bostic gets a single. So Minnesota with 2 outs sees Bostic get a single over shortstop with Smalley scores. 1-6 Minnesota. Next up is Mike Cubbage. Runners in first and third, 2 down. And the pitch to Cubbage. 52 is a 27. And that's a why he goes down swinging. But not before Minnesota adds 2 more runs. And they lead of 2. So at the end of 8, it is 1-6 Minnesota. We're going to bring in now, Minnesota's going to bring in Jerry Randall to play second base. Randall's a 7 at the second base slot. 1 better than Will Funk, so we'll see overall numbers go up 1, and that's enough to get Minnesota up to a 36 and put them into the second for a team. All right. And we're going to bring Goltz out to start the 9th. So he's gone 8 innings, giving up 1 run, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And let's see if he can get through and at least get the complete game. But he's getting tired. You can tell there is activity in the bullpen on the Minnesota side. Ron Fairley's up. He is 2 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. And the pitch to Fairley, 55 is an 8. That's pop out to third base. 1 down. Cubbage makes the play. Now up, Doug Alt. And Alt on the day is 0 for 3. And the pitch from Goltz. 52 is a 27. And that's over to third baseman. Cubbage tosses it to Carew for the out, and that's 2 down. Blue Jays are down to their last hope. And it's catcher Alan Ashby, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. And the pitch to Ashby. 66, that is a hard hit ball. 21 is a 6, and that's a double to the gap and right. Now then, let's see, I use that fatigue chart, and we hit the batter here back at Fairley. And so we got him up to an A. He retired, went through 2 batters. I need to retire a grade. So I need to actually take him from an A to a C. So Gary Woods is due up. He's a center fielder. Do I got a pinch hitter I can use? I can actually go and we can use Ewing as a pinch hitter. Let's bring out Sam Ewing to pinch hit for Gary Woods. Oops, that's what you're hitting for, not who you are. So Sam Ewing is going to be up. He's going to pinch hit for Gary Woods in the 9th inning. Ewing has appeared in 13 games and batted .208, which is better than where Woods was. But he does have, he's not had a whole lot of luck, but we need to try something. So we got a runner on second, 2 outs. Dave Goltz, we're getting tireder by the minute, and Sam Ewing's up. And the pitch. 63 is a 30, and that's in the air to left field. Heisel's under for the catch, and the side is retired, and that ends the game. As we see the Minnesota Twins defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-1 at home. And player of the game is probably going to be Dave Goltz. He went 9 innings, gave up 1 run on 8 hits. He had 1 walk, and he had 4 strikeouts. So that is your player of the game, Dave Goltz. Thank you for following along with me. If you like what you see, please hit like or subscribe. If you have any comments about what you're seeing here, don't be so afraid to leave a comment for me. I'm always looking for ways to improve. Otherwise, thank you for watching Triple G Sports Replays. Thank you.